Okay, guys. This is going to be a multiple part series. But God has been loading the bases. He's a poet. I've been talking about many creators this last few weeks here. Alex Reed's Tarot, JK Ultra, and Elizabeth April, and how there's distortion within Elizabeth April's channels, and how with JK Ultra she completely dismissed people's realities. If you don't know, she's a huge creator who led people down like the New Earth type of path, and then she's recently come out and said that she's giving up all her beliefs because she believes we're all God and nobody's more special, and all the things that she believed were wrong basically, and people who believe that are in psychosis. Alex Reed's Tarot came out and she converted back to Christianity. So my gifts are being able to see through the matrix, see through the distortion, see through people's wounding and trauma, and see through oppression. And so all these women are leading people back into oppression by either giving out fear and negativity like Elizabeth April, or they're directly leading them back into oppressive states of mind. That's actually my gift, is to get people out of oppressive states of mind. The Grand Slam this week was Prism. I have been following her for years now. I followed her since the 4 a.m. situation. I've been endorsing her here on my page because I do believe she carries huge Christ consciousness codes. And that's what I want to say, is even JK Ultra and Alex Reed's Tarot and Elizabeth April, they carry big Christ codes. However, they are leading people back into the systems of oppression. Prism just came out and did the same thing, so I'm no longer following her, and I will no longer be endorsing her on my page. I probably won't be endorsing any other psychics. I do truly believe that I carry a divine string of truth, and I present my evidence as to why in other videos. I'll be talking a lot about this. I'm just going to post this right now, just to let you know I'll be making future videos about this. But she basically came out and said that, well, and also, this is actually a little bit more personal because she follows me, and so she reposted my video many months back about my Jesus alien timeline video, where I was talking about the future and how the aliens are going to come down during open contact, and they're going to have med beds and different technology and things like that. And then 2 days ago, I made the videos about my certainty and my truth, and how I'm certain about my truth because I can see through distortion, because I've had to forge myself through pain and life experience in order to be able to get these gifts, because that's why I can see through people's wounds and trauma, is because I've had to heal it myself, as well as I've gotten psychic downloads that have helped me heal and see through people's stuff. I've also gotten psychic downloads about these Christ codes, and, my predictions are coming true in reality in a physical 3D way that is more specific than these other psychics. So I can tell I'm an older soul, and I can tell I just carry more undistorted truth. And that certainty has been upsetting people. It's been triggering people. It's and I predicted this in my video, that the spiritual community was not going to like this. I've actually had a few channelers, of information try to come on my page and narcissistically dismiss my reality. And so that's exactly what Prism did, except to an extent that was kind of personal. Except it was indirect and passive aggressive. She didn't tag me in the video, so I will be tagging her in all my videos, even though I've unfollowed her. Because it was extremely hurtful. That's exactly what I was talking about in those videos, is that people are dedicated to misunderstanding me, when you can see for months all I've been trying to do is understand her and include her in my channels and my videos. I have months and months of talking about how I think she has Christ codes and she leads people out of fear and negativity. However, she just came on and narcissistically dismissed my entire reality and a whole bunch of people's entire realities. So she has now been categorized with JK Ultra and Alex Reed's Tarot, as far as she's setting herself up for a huge ego collapse here. Because the whole issue with the video was that she basically said that her truth is right and everybody else's truth, they're either ungrounded, they're not integrated, or they're using escapism when we're talking about med beds or aliens or things like that. The only grounded reality is democratic socialism. And to that I say, that's not logical at all, because you cannot fix the system within the system itself. That's the whole reason why we're waking up right now. That's the whole point of awakening. That's the whole point of revealing the Epstein files. That's the whole point of revealing the UFO files. That's the whole point of revealing the lies of the government right now, is to get out of the government system. And then she came on and said that anybody who believes that's, and it's also no coincidence that she says it 15 hours after I post the certainty in my truth videos. So she can sit here and lie all she wants and say that that wasn't related. But it was, and it was passive aggressive, and it was indirect. So next time, please just tag me so we can resolve this like full adults. If you don't like what I have to say, come talk to me about it. Don't make passive aggressive videos dismissing my reality and tons of people's realities. I'm not the only person who believes in med beds. The other thing I want to say is that it's extremely painful, because you don't know what God's given people. This is what I want to say to her. She gets this beautiful, comfortable life, and she comes on and she dismisses people's realities when that's all we have. That's all God has given me, is this reality. This is all I have. So to come on and say that's wrong, you're taking away people's entire belief systems. You're taking away their entire lives. And you think you're this like really, this is why I'm the insecurity of my personality is starting to dissolve. The insecurity of my channels is starting to dissolve, because I can see where people are leading people back into systems of oppression, because by saying that democratic socialism is the only reality that should exist and anybody else is ungrounded and unintegrated, I can actually tell that you are ungrounded and unintegrated because you're insecure about your channels. You wouldn't have to come on here and project on other people's channels indirectly as well, because it's like, again, you could have just tagged me, because she reposted my video, so I know she's talking about me, whether she wants to admit that or not. But it's just sad how catty and how dismissive and how narcissistic this spiritual community has become, which also again, this is why I've been talking about the aliens have to come, because people like this just keep falling back into systems of oppression and attacking, psychics like me. The thing is she doesn't have like a basis or a foundation of evidence in order to back her claims that we are ungrounded, unintegrated, or using escapism, because I actually have proof that my channels are coming true in this 3D reality. She doesn't have proof, of her channels. She just says things like, oh, the timelines have changed. I can say with certainty that you're actually leading people back into old timelines. So I can actually see the timelines. She just feels timelines, but I can see them. And I'm telling you that you're actually falling back into oppressive timelines right now by leading people back into a system that is broken. And so that's what I want to say is like, this is what people do. She did the same thing as JK Ultra. They have to come on here and they have to convince people of their realities because they're so uncomfortable pushing past limiting beliefs. They don't want to believe in, even though believing in aliens isn't even an ungrounded thing, because we now have proof that A, the UFO files are coming out. B, we have whistleblowers, Stephen Greer and his entire thing, plus other whistleblowers that have come out that I've reposted, who have talked about being in contact with alien governments and getting advanced technology. So it's no longer an ungrounded claim. It's very grounded in reality. So you're dismissing things that are actually true. And you're dismissing people's entire realities, which is grossly irresponsible, grossly negligent. I would not say she's a new Earth leader at all at this point. I do believe in accountability. I do believe in second chances, but you have to take accountability for this shit. And it just like blew my mind. So I will be going into a more in-depth kind of analysis of this. She did the same thing as JK Ultra, where they come on here and they have to like convince people that their reality is the right one, and then they rationalize why they're not. JK Ultra said we're in psychosis. Prism came on here and said that we're ungrounded and we're using escapism. So it's just terribly sad and it's terribly disappointing. It's terribly immature. It's not at all what New Earth is, and so she's contradicting herself within that post alone, because she's talking about how democratic socialism is New Earth. I'm going to make a lot of videos about this, so I'm going to tag her in this one, but the other videos I won't be tagging her in. And if you see this, Gia, I don't know what to say to you. I'm just disgustingly disappointed in you. Your behavior is deplorable, and I hope you heal.